It's the HipHopGamer Show. What it is, hip-hop.
Hey yo, what up, man? It's the one and only Hip Hop Gamer, Hot 97, GameStop, BET. I got Marvel with me, son, and it's marvelous right now. Now I'm gonna do a hip hop reference. Mike Jones, that's him. You know what I'm saying? This is my man Mike Jones. So first of all, we got Mike Jones. I got what's your name?
Bill Roseman, creative director, Marvel Games.
Now look, I got the creative director and I got the executive producer. This is about to be real right now. First off, I gotta pass the belt off to you. You gotta hold the belt, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah,
Champ is here.
you know it, baby.
Can't see me.
We about to get cracking right now, son. Now listen, first major question. Now, when you want to do authenticity in Marvel and how you represent it, how do you guys come together to make sure that the fans get what they want in terms of authenticity, but the gameplay matches the same feel of what you want them to experience while they're playing and going through the game and playing as the characters? I think that's very difficult, but you guys execute it so well. How does that come together?
Well, how we do it is because we are fans at heart. You know, we grew up, you know, from when I was like 3 years old, I discovered Marvel, and I've never stopped being a Marvel fan. And so every decision we make, we think, what if I was a Marvel fan, and we are a Marvel fan, what do I want this to be? How, and you said authentic, and that's what we want. We want it to be authentically Marvel, and by that we mean it's the right characters, in the right costumes, saying the right dialogue, having the right powers, acknowledging all the history that's come, and celebrating everything that's right, so then when a fan sees it, they say, yes, that is Avengers. They got it right.
Yo, you definitely got it right, because I watched the movie, and then when I played the game, let me tell you how this one part, it was so crazy. I love you guys. So I'm up here playing in Hulk, right? When he changed into Hulk, and he like he punches that big giant thing that was flying in the sky. Yeah. And then he took a selfie afterwards. He took a selfie after he did it. I was like, yo, that was crazy.
It was all about having fun, right? Like you get to see those iconic moments that you remember from all these amazing films retold in Lego form with like cute Easter eggs, fun little whimsical humor. We've had a lot of fun sort of like remixing and freestyling and adding fun into more fun into those moments.
Yo, I loved it. Now, I got another question for you, and I think this one is going to be... Okay, yeah, you got to pass the belt. You got to pass the belt to Mike Jones.
God of War on here.
Oh, yeah, you got God of War, Mortal Kombat vs. Street Fighter. You got Biggie and Pac, and you got Eminem and 50. This is hip-hop and gaming, baby.
I'm taking this home.
I want to come and see the game and stuff like that. It's give you behind the scenes of the game. So, now, listen. Now, this part right here, I think, is, like, really, really different, because when you look at Lego games, what makes them special is the characters that you're using to do certain things with and the way you work together. Now what I want to ask you is this. One of my favorite games is actually Skylanders, right? And you have this ability where they have Swap Force, where you could take different characters and put them together.
Right.
So what I want to ask you, if you guys was doing something, even if it was DLC, where you could have the fans mix characters up, where if you had Wolverine and Hulk as one and their power as one, how would that be like? What would the character look like? That would be something different. What's up?
That would be a brand new character altogether, and we actually are debuting brand new characters in games. We had Contest of Champions we just launched this week with Guillotine in it, brand new character. But more directly to your point, in this title, Lego Marvel's Avengers, we do have the character creator, where you can mix up parts of characters, create your own minifigure, create your own superhero. So we've got that in there for you to play with. I mean, it's the way people play with Legos, right? They take their heads off, they put different pieces on, and so that's authentically not just Marvel, but authentically Lego, right? And so we wanted to make sure it was an authentic Lego experience as well.
Now, balance. I think balance is one of the most important things of games. So how do you balance out like the missions and stuff like that? Like, you know, when you're using these different characters, and you know how you can move from like character to character, just hitting triangle or something like that. It's like, how do you balance out the use of characters so everybody could feel like everybody got their fair share and stuff like that? I think from a development standpoint, I think that would be very interesting for the fans to hear you guys speak on that.
Well, first of all, we've racked our brains to say how many characters can we put in the game that are authentically Avengers, and so we just sat down for days and we just turned on the computer and we just went through all the Avengers covers and the comics and went through lists. And I thought about when I was at Marvel editing comics, what characters were in the issues of like Avengers Academy that I worked on. And so first we did this just huge list of who is a real Avenger, who has either been in the Avengers or had significant missions with the Avengers, and let's put them in the game. so that when you are playing, you have a huge selection to choose from, so that you really feel as a player that you have everything. It's the films. There's even content from TV. We have Peggy Carter from Agent Carter. She's in the game. To the comics. It's everything Avengers all in one game.
I love you, man. I love y'all, man. You understand? This means so much to me. Like, it's crazy. So I got a few more questions. I know you guys is real busy, but I just got so much to say. So now, I got a major question for you. If you guys had an opportunity to take one DC character and bring them over to Marvel and put them in Lego Marvel Avengers, one DC character that could fit in the world of an Avenger, who would it be? I want to know your thought and your thought.
Well, I personally, I would just invite Batman to come in so I could watch Iron Man crush him.
Ooh, shots fired!
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Jump off of that, Batman is awesome, but you know what Marvel's Batman is? Black Panther. He's got the brains, he's got the technology, he's got the whole animal thing going on. So I'm like, forget DC, this is Marvel. How about Black Panther?
Black Panther, I love that energy. This is what makes y'all, like, I play y'all games all the time, so this is what makes it special to meet y'all and do this. Like, now, 2 more questions and we're gonna wrap it up. This is very important to me. Now, when you playing Lego Marvel, right? One of the things that I like is how it's open to everyone. Like, whether you're kid, adult, it's open to everyone. There's something in there. Now, yeah, exactly. Now, there's another game I remember playing back in the day on Sega Genesis, and that was Comic Zone. Okay. That was one of my favorite games ever. Now, Lego Marvel is a what? It's a comic. I think that if you guys had something in Lego Marvel, like even if it's DLC or something, where you playing inside of a comic book, like if you guys was able to do something like that with today's technology, with Lego Marvel, oh my, you hear what I'm saying here? Yeah. Like, this would be crazy. What are your thoughts on that? And can it even be like done? Like, how would you visualize it?
What about the cutscenes?
Well, I was going to say, anything can be done if you put your mind to it in games. But we do have, so a lot of the bonus content that you're going to see if you go to our panel later, where we're retelling Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World and Captain America Winter Soldier, which happened between Avengers and Age of Ultron. We tell those, we kind of collapse the story into one level, so you're playing the best bits from the films. But between that, we are telling the story in a Lego comic form, so you'll actually see it in kind of motion comic, Lego comic form. But to do a full game with like comic interaction where you're busting through the panels and the sidewalls and Comic Zone, that's a whole other game design. What I can tell you is that sounds like an amazing idea, but for this title, it's an open world action experience. But could we do something like that in the future? Totally.
Oh my God. All right, last question. I think this is very powerful. I'm a big PlayStation fan. I love all games. I got everything, like literally. But I'm a big PlayStation fan, especially since they announced PlayStation VR. And shout out to Oculus, because that was crazy too. PlayStation VR is crazy. Now, every time, like, one of my favorite characters to use in Lego Marvel is Iron Man. Sure. I love Iron Man, seriously, because to me, in my opinion, I feel Iron Man, like you said about Batman, I think Iron Man versus Batman will be like classic, and I think Iron Man would actually win that. And the reason why, real talk, the reason why I think Iron Man would win that, because he has a different look out on life. Like nothing bothers him, so he has a way of not letting his emotions get to him too much, where he can focus more on the mission. Whereas Batman, he suffered loss, so there's a lot of pain there that can make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? That's just my theory on it. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. What I love about the Marvel characters is many of them do come from a place of pain. When you think about it, you think about Peter Parker, he lost his Uncle Ben, he feels responsible for that. Tony Stark, when he started out, he was making weapons, and he had to come to a realization of, I don't want to make things that hurt the world, I got to make things that help the world. But the things I have made have hurt people, so he has his road to redemption as well. And that's the magic of the Marvel characters. They come from a place of pain, they come from a moment when they're knocked down, but like us, we get back up. So our heroes say to us and to everyone, it's okay if you mess up. It's okay if you've done something bad. Today is a new day. Today you can be a hero.
I want to work with you in some kind of way. Like I'm telling you, so last joint, and then I know Critical got something he want to say. But with PlayStation VR, Iron Man, when I see him and he talking to Jarvis and stuff, I would love to be able to have a virtual reality set on my head and truly feel like I'm Tony Stark talking to Jarvis playing a game. Have you guys like sat down, had conversations about what it'd be like to have a VR Marvel game?
I mean, we're always thinking about that kind of stuff, right? But you know, VR is crazy right now, and so we're looking at all the technology that's out there. You know, there's lots of fun problems being worked on and solved in the space right now. How do you interact with things? How do you touch things? How do you you know, how do you deal with motion, right, in an environment, right? Do you get motion sickness? Do you need a fixed point of reference? Do you can you get haptic feedback, physical, you know, feedback? And so, you know, we're keeping a close look on how all that develops to try and find the optimal dream, holy, oh my god experience.
Iron Man game.
But what I can tell you is, in the meantime, in Lego Marvel's Avengers, one of the new features that we've added as playing as Iron Man is your armors aren't individual character selects on the grid anymore. You actually hold triangle, go into the helmet, Jarvis, select which armor you want, and you instantly change.
I quit. I quit. All right, last question. Go ahead.
Is it possible for future video games or cartoon could we see the hulked out superheroes?
Oh, so yes, there was a story in Incredible Hulk where the other characters were infected by gamma energy and they hulked out and became hulked versions of themselves. Well, what can I say? What I can say is that nothing is impossible, especially when it comes to Marvel and Lego. The only limit is your imagination. So we can't announce or confirm anything now, but what might the future hold? Stay tuned, true believers.
Yo, it's your boy HipHopGamer, Hot 97, and all I want to say is Telltale Games. I can't wait to see what do with Marvel. This is the team right here. I already know about it. Let's go, baby. You can't see us. And we out of here. Peace.